Nat 20!
Cool. So,
It hits. It hits.
of course it hits.
Maybe.
So, also you can ignore some of that damage roll because I would have given you one of those dice max. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So, here's what happens.
Mysterious.
Where's my thingy? Here it is. So she falls over,
No.
and with what appears to be her dying breath, begins laughing maniacally. And you see her legs melt into the shape of a lower half of a snake body, and she seems to have a lot of her wounds heal, and she gets up.
Ooh, I don't like
Are you
this.
kidding me?
I have a question. Is this your final form?
This is her mythic form, yes.
Excellent.
Uh-oh.
So she now has some new
Damn.
abilities, which are fun.
Oh, that's fun.
She can use some new things as legendary actions, only for an hour. So if in game the fight goes like 100 rounds, she'll run out of them.
We could be here all night. I mean, I could be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would die by then.
You know, at least I got her to her second phase.
We're doing it. It's like a Elden Ring boss.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, well done. Now, let's start part 2.
Woohoo!
So, what I am actually going to do, I couldn't remember what the order of initiative is. So, what I'm actually going to do, I'll let her have her turn, and then I'm going to reset initiative for a specific reason. That is in your benefit, by the way. But I'm going to let her have one turn to try and do a thing she really wants to do.
This is something we're gonna really not like, isn't it?
Somebody's probably really going to not like it.
Oof. I apologize for all the nasty things I said about you.
All right. So it's 2 death saves. Cool. So Reynauld's dead.
No.
No.
And then she's going to move over here
I mean, that makes sense, but I still don't like it.
and try to bite the shit out of the guy that just attempted to kill her.
Zarvir, what have you done?
He was still wounded, so she has advantage on these. So that's a 26 to hit. Actually, I got to check something. He has new. I think I said those. I remember those were only. Yeah, those are only for legendary options. Okay. But he is just doing a 14. So you take 23 damage.
That's all you got.
I heal a little bit.
So on top of initiative. Top of initiative. Just skip around here.
Oh yeah, let me update.
There we go. So Shissan, you're gonna be before the next thing happens. That I reset initiative for. You're going to be the last one to get to do a thing. What do you want to do?
I'm going to. Well, the only thing I could do, I guess, is attack, right?
I mean, you can do whatever you have as a.
Well, Reynauld's underpaid character's dead, so I can't heal them at all, right?
Correct.
All right, so
I mean, unless you have Revivify, but I don't think you have 3rd level spells.
no, I don't. So I will.
Or no, you're a druid. Or no, you're a ranger. So yeah, you
Let's-
don't have the Revivify option.
What's
So
happening
I'm
to
just
me?
gonna do my last bit of attack before it's over. That's the first one. Doesn't hit. And here's the second one. There we go. And does that hit? Oh, well, 31 should hit.
31 does hit. And
It was a crit.
And it was a crit, mind you, yeah.
Nice. Get him. I always believed in you, buddy, ranger buddy. Us furries gotta stick together.
I don't know if you saw it or not, Shadow, but I just sent you a DM.
Oh, I see.
Cool. So that does some damage. So you now all hear what I just DM'd Zarvir about. Luka was whispering prayers that are now getting louder.
Go, Luka.
You guys are still a few feet away, so you can't make out what she's saying. Zarvir, you're next to her, so you can. She is now saying, mine for theirs over and over again.
Oh shit, can we real play it?
I mean, I guess I can be Luka.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Luka. It's not worth we're not worth it. Wait, I can't
My
do it.
actual player wants me to do it, so I have to.
That's
Are you-
RP for you right there.
Luka's a sim, confirmed.
So, Luka, so a few things happen. First of all, all of you, including Reynauld, get blasted back like 60-ish feet.
Whoa!
Somewhere about there.
Does my pet come with me?
Reynauld, you are the rest of you see he's no longer in a Death Knight body. He's now in his own body and is waking up.
Oh snap! You killed him back to normal. That, yeah.
I mean, most of you would know this by now about Luka, but Reynauld, you in particular with your history, know that Luka, not typically someone to want to stay close, let alone try to hug an enemy. But you see she starts glowing.
Oh, no.
And basically, without a roll needed, because plot, grapples this big fucking thing. And the glowing gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the two of them explode.
No.
Luka.
Luka, stab!
And when the dust settles, there is nothing left of either of them. They are vaporized. They didn't even really explode.
Holy crap.
I'm
Luka
in
didn't
my
need to do
normal
that.
body again. Am I still evil or anything?
No.
Actually, wait. Normal body. Are you saying reborn, or are you saying like?
I'm saying whatever you were before Reborn.
Oh.
Holy crap.
With all of your current memories intact. The old ones are still fuzzy. You'll probably have to fight to get those back.
She kicked you back into the past. Damn.
Reynauld now takes off one of his gloves to basically just inspect his hand to see, because realizing, wait, I feel different.
If memory serves, you were a human original. Yes.
Yes.
And just sort of a fairly Caucasian standard skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see normal skin.
This. Oh.
Reynauld, you're alive. But like alive.
And it's the last thing that happened, by the way, as the implosion explosion vaporization was taking place, you just heard Luka let out a scream of Reynauld's name.
That's hot.
Specifically, she said for Reynauld. Which Reynauld you were awake to hear, by the way.
Whoa. So she did this, Reynauld?
That's when the rest of you, well, all of you, hear a voice that says, "No, that was me."
Who the crap is that?
Well, that's a lie. It was me through her belief in my ability to help you guys.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And actually, I'm still kind of lying. It was a step above. That was a step above my. Well, not lying, but inaccurate. That was a step above my pay grade. That was the big boss.
Oh, nice. Embodied, unembodied, disembodied voice? Does this little round...
No, Zen. It was an image of Zen appears in front of you.
Oh, nice. Not... Okay, embodied voice.
I mean, it's semi-corporeal. It seems like he's sending some kind of like spirit version of himself. He's not there physically, but
partially disembodied voice. Does this little round gem-looking thing look like a nipple to you?
What?
Well, you see the
Ignore
circle
her,
where we're
she's
standing?
mad.
It's got a
Ignore
little
her, she's
dot in the
mad.
middle.
Charlene's already on a whole other adventure. She's
Hey!
got something else on her
Hey,
mind.
y'all! Get off my areola!
Where's Luka?
He's with the big boss now.
Who's that?
What is the saying? What is the saying I often hear people, cliche? When a bell rings, an angel gets their wings. Well, when you evaporate a threat to the planet, you also get them.
So not
No,
swimming with the fishes?
no, as a matter of fact, she's no longer my protege and more my peer.
Cool.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's a good way to put it. Peer, junior peer. I mean, I'm still the number one big boss, or assistant big boss, but she has begun the process of essentially taking part of my role from me.
So Zen is calling himself Big Boss.
No, he was saying he's Big Boss's favorite, is what he was trying to say.
Oh, gotcha.
Essentially, he's saying he's like the right hand of his chosen
It's
deity.
pretty.
And now, essentially, she's the assistant to the assistant.
Nice.
But instead of being a warlock, she's basically, instead of being his charge to train up, she's now his literal protege. He's going to teach her how to be someone else's warlock patron. Yeah, you don't make a sacrifice like that and do it with the selfless intent and not get not get rewarded for it.
What?
Do you have a preferred title?
Zen.
If just Zen?
He's very Zen about
Yeah,
it.
I'm a big on formal titles. I guess you could technically call me Archangel Zen, but I'm not. I don't care about the title. Zen's fine.
Oh,
I
I
kinda
think I've
just-
heard of him.
Yeah, you've all heard of him. He's kind of super famous. The entire group.
Now,
Well, I mean, I've
Paul,
been
let me
living
just
under a
kinda-
rock.
Let me just say, Reynauld is aware of like this good few connections between him and Luka, but he doesn't actually still know the full story. So I just want you to keep that in mind as I roleplay this out, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Zen. Are you saying she's gone?
Yes, that was her choice.
She's gone, and I want one thing.
Okay. Well, not okay, but okay, what is it?
I want my memories of her back. I've gone through the biggest shit show that a mind can go through. Out of all the things I could ask to remember why I was dethroned, why my son has done an unspeakable treachery to me, I want to know the history of the woman who has given her life while screaming my name.
All right. Give me a second of making sure I grab one of the two of yours backstories so that I actually have some of the notes, because I'm going to read them out so everybody else can hear what you're learning, because we're at the end. Obviously, this is all in your head, but I'm going to read it out so that the other players can hear it, because there's not going to be time to role play it in the campaign, because the campaign's over. I think I can arrange that.
Oh, I want to ask
Here comes-
Reynauld how he knows that.
He's very aware that he's missing things, and Luka likely would have told him some things and he'd be like, "Well, I don't remember those, but if you say they happened, there's probably more that I'm missing."
I didn't know that.
And so,
I'm so sorry your Drake died. Shissan. He was a good boy.
Poor thing.
Just
didn't
making
stand
sure I
a
read to
chance.
the right spot too.
He was a good boy, a pretty boy. Who's a pretty Drake? Who's a pretty boy? Or girl.
Okay. Okay. He sort of, his corporeal form that it is, sticks a hand out and places it on your forehead. So above your forehead, I guess. It's kind of going half through. And he goes, "Before I put the full juice in, are you sure this is what you want?"
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
So you get all of your memories back. So this is from Luka's backstory. I'm going to just read this the way it was typed to me by Preceded, and then underpaid, if there's anything I'm missing by only reading it from Luka's perspective, you can feel free to add it in if you wish. So she went through a bunch of stuff before she met Reynauld. So if you hear me, when I'm sort of restarting reading halfway through, so some of this you can just kind of ignore for the lack of context, because it's just me reading it in a way that doesn't make my brain hurt, rather than try to start mid-sentence. So she, after a bunch of stuff that happened in her past, this is where we get to, she tried to live a normal life for about 20 years, but was traumatized from her father's actions, because apparently nobody but me ever makes people with normal parents. And she was also trying to not get captured from her father's men. About the time she was 37, she started working at a castle as a maid and served under the king there, Reynauld. He promised that he would keep her safe and protect her from the people that, alas, was sending after her. She worked at the castle for 10 years until Reynauld mysteriously died and his son became king. After this, she left because she didn't get the best feeling from him and continued to try and live a normal life for about 19 years. Until she met Reynauld again. Notes for people, while all you guys were there. This is the second meeting is after the one between the campaign and the one shot. that we did, because he played Reynauld in that as well. She went up and started talking to him, but soon realized he had lost most of his memories. She decided to travel with him and continue to try and not get captured. So, you remember all of that, and you also remember what I couldn't include in there because I was reading it from Luka's perspective, how you mysteriously died the first time. Your son had nothing to do with your death.
Oh,
He took the fall for someone.
Ooh.
He took the fall for someone that I don't think actually is even in the backstory you sent me, because I think it was someone I added.
yeah.
I think.
Luka didn't know.
Where it's trying to find your trying to find where you sent me your backstory ages ago.
It's a twist.
Well, my backstory was rather short because of the nature of the character.
I think it's Shadow.
Right.
That's like a
That's right.
three-page essay. of his
Um,
characters.
Yeah. So the one memory you had was that you were killed by your son Simon. Unclear if your brain was remembering it wrong or some kind of magic implanted a false memory. But now that your memories have been cleared by an archangel of a deity, that is not what happened. Your son had nothing to do with your death except for taking the blame for it. Your daughter, on the other hand, did kill you.
Wow.
Well,
She
he was still
poisoned you
a tool.
Why?
because she wanted to be the queen, and in the kingdom that you came from, only sons are allowed to rule. She was hoping to kill your brother too, but he realized the poison had taken effect before he actually got affected.
So close.
This is some Game of Thrones right
Why
here.
is he such a tool then?
He's been chased by his father, who wants to kill him for 50 years.
That's fair.
Also, the reason he looks like he doesn't age is because he has his own drama going on.
Is he cursed?
In a manner of speaking, yes. Unfortunately, in order to try to help deal with the ghost of his father, essentially, he may have done the same kind of thing Luka did, but with a much less pleasant spirit.
Oops. Oh, well, I can't relate. I went the opposite direction, going full hag mode. It's
So,
not pretty. It's not pretty.
Luka was the one who.
Luka didn't know anything about any of this.
Oh,
She just knew you died, and she didn't trust Simon to be king, so she left.
my. Oh my. I'm a moron because I was reading. You both have the purple thing. And I read. And I was reading Mina's messages as yours because I'm stupid.
Oh no!
And
You should never do that.
You both had the purple username. I'm so sorry.
Excuse me, one is pink and one is purple. They're very different.
You both have the pink rule.
It's like a fuchsia purple.
Oh yeah, maybe I
They're
do
pretty
have a pink one.
close.
I don't know. I'm blind.
Yeah, you both have pink. And you also have purple, but pink overruled it.
It's pretty close.
Anyway, no, Luka did the reference art apparently.
I
Luka
think-
did the reference art.
No, Sky.
Oh,
I'll
no.
politely say Sky didn't. I think that was them trying to say, "Oh, Luka's the one who killed me."
Yeah, it was when you died.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no, Luka did not kill you.
What a twist.
Oh, your daughter did, and your son took the blame for it. Well, I mean, no one technically can confirm anything, but to the handful of people who swept it under the rug, he took the fall for it.
Why would he do such a thing?
Why would you not protect your sister?
Well, she doesn't seem like the chipper type to me.
Was she trying to kill him too, though?
Do I remember
Yeah.
why she might have wanted to kill me? Like, how
I
did I?
just told you why. Because you were the king of a kingdom where queens could not exist
Right.
except by marriage. So unless she wanted to marry her brother, she would never rule as long as either of you were alive.
Yeah, Reynauld's currently having a small breakdown about this, but we're probably not going to get a chance to keep role playing about it.
If you want to keep role playing about it, I don't know about anybody else. I ain't got anywhere to be.
Awesome.
So what do you want to do?
I feel like rather than like role play it out, I feel like I'd more likely just describe like an epilogue through adventure chat.
Well, I mean, you're all going to get a chance to verbally do one in a second.
Oh, in that case, sure.
So you all eventually get home. Reynauld, by the time you get home, between the stress and everything else, you realize that you kind of ignored it just because of the adrenaline. Once that wears off, you are fucking starving and exhausted now that you're back in a normal body.
Do I?
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if I had like if I like had a mess kit or rations on me.
Oh, I mean, by the time you think of it, it's when you're back at like the inn. So like you can just get food and sleep. That's not a problem.
Get some stew.
It's more so just a point I wanted to make because you're actually, alive, and have been an hour for the first time in like 5 to 10 years. So yeah, I guess that's why he hasn't looked like he aged that much. It actually wasn't as many years as I said this time. This time jumped from one campaign to the other was only like 5 to 10 years. But still, it's been several lifetimes for you because of the violent nature of your position. So once you all get back to the home and wake up from the night off and on night sleep, enough to say you slept. Reynauld, you what did you awaken with I don't know if it's on the sheet here or not, but if it is, let me see if it is. Yeah, that's that. Okay, yeah, it wasn't put in. I don't think. No. So give me a second because I need to look up in here somewhere. Actually, I just remembered where where what I'm looking for is over here. Mirtoth. That one. Okay, that doesn't have the info I thought it did. Oh, never mind. I described it in the. Now, exist. It's all right. Forgot where I put a piece of info I was looking for.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, you wake up the first morning after your first real sleeping years, laying on the second set of pillows next to you in bed is a single black rose, which is the holy symbol for celestial warlocks, clerics, and the like of Zen and Luka's faith.
Reynaud's gonna actually grab it, and since now he's actually a functional person with memories, he's actually just gonna fucking sob for a second, because like the only person who bothered to actually risk themselves for him, besides his people he worked with.
As you sort of take it in your hands and sit up and sob with it for a minute, you hear a soft knock at your door.
With the rose in left hand, I quiet myself. I get up and I turn the handle to the door.
Standing there in front of you is, well, obviously a person, or it's pretty hard to not be a person. That guy.
Oh no.
And there are buckets, I mean, metaphorically speaking, buckets of tears at his feet in front of your door.
Am I able to help you?
I hope so. Your friend sent me. Told me you'd regained your proper life and memories.
That is true, yes.
So then we've been hunting. I was going to say you've been hunting me, but in fairness, I returned the favor a time or two. Once I realized you weren't yourself anymore. We've hunted each other over something neither of us actually did. We now have a chance to fix that.
Fix?
Yes. You may well, here. First of all, hands you back the helmet he took before. That belongs to you. So does the throne that we need to go take.
After all I've done to you over a lie put in my head. You give me back a crown and a throne?
I was willing to hold the position when I thought it was no longer available to you. Things have changed. You are now able to rule again. And it was never my... One day, if our natural lives play out as expected, it will be mine as intended. Right now it is still yours. Or yours again, I guess, with your rebirth. And since I left to come and track you down again, it appears that the temporary seat I was holding has been stolen by the one who actually killed you and attempted to kill me. I thought exiling her was going to be enough. Apparently not.
How many people were behind her?
That I can prove, about a dozen. Probably about half your court.
Looks like we're on cleanup duty, aren't we?
Seems that way.
Well,
Oh, I should ask. It was a fairly short meeting with your spiritual friend last night. Didn't get all the details. Were you able to kill the monster?
she was. Not me.
Oh, I more so just meant were you, as a group, successful, but that's very honest and fair of you. Shall we go right another wrong?
Right behind you.
Nay. We walk side by side now.
Oh.
And no, and he also more so as a token at this point because you have like a magic sword. Actually, no, you don't anymore because you're human again.
Yeah.
Or did you, when you were still Reynauld, like first form Reynauld, have a magic sword before I killed you the first time?
He's always had the old executioner's great sword.
Yeah, but I thought I gave you like a plus, which is like a basic +1/1 through the normal adventuring.
Yeah, you gave me that one, but that was one. Yeah, but that was like a great. I think that was like flavored to be just an upgrade. You feel free to.
Okay. So yeah, in that case, then, he says, "I forgot one thing," and he reaches for the sword on his belt, but he doesn't draw it. He takes the whole hilt and everything off, or the scabbard and everything off of it, and he goes, "A trade, if you would." And while saying that, kneels in front of you and offers you the sword that he was carrying.
This is a sight I never thought I'd see in my life, but a surprisingly pleasant one. I take the sword from him, and I'm assuming in terms of a trade, he wants.
Basically, he's taking your mechanical +1, and you're now getting your +3 back that you would have had in your backstory.
Right. I give him the +1 great sword.
So, I think, unless there's anything you particularly want to add, since we've resolved that part of the story, and the next part is sort of you're going off with him to fix your kingdom, is there anything else you want to add specifically to that?
Specifically to that, once he like is standing and we're both actually seeing eye to eye about the same height. I'm gonna
Yep.
finish the dialogue with, Simon, I truly am sorry.
He just gives a nod and gives the traditional forearm warrior's handshake. There's, we'll sort that out. We'll talk about that later. We have business to take care of. And off you go. Charlene.
Oh gosh.
You wake up morning after getting back to from everything. And there's
Good morning.
and are you just sort of saying good morning out loud to yourself?
Yes.
Someone replies.
Holy shit. I thought I was talking to myself.
Good morning, Missy.
They know who I am.
You look over and see a female dwarf.
It's the real Charlene.
And if memory serves, you guys used to be an item, correct?
Yes. I was going to write her some nice letters.
Well, apparently she's gone a step further because she's standing at the edge of your bed naked.
Oh, that's hot. Okay, I think we're on the same page.
I got told you saved the world. I figured I owed you one. We'll talk about it more after we're done.
Interesting. I like where this is going.
I'll leave it up to you where you think the actual conversating part later took place.
Mhm.
I think it's pretty safe to say the bounce check of wow went well.
Yes, we're both very happy.
Zarvir, what are you? Let's see. So you wake up. Well, wake up's a relative term for you, but actually no, you wake up.
Zarvir.
Oh, I'm back to mortalness. I'm not a reborn.
What?
It was harder for you to tell in the moment with everything else going on, and also the pitch black skin of a because you're already a bit unique in the tiefling world to begin with. But yeah, you seem to be a tiefling again because you wake up. And looking much like the creepier adult version of a kid waiting for his dad to wake up, your kid's standing over your bed.
Oh,
Took you long enough.
was actually gonna go see you. This works out, I suppose. What are you here for?
If you guys, that's up to him, I suppose. But we'll get to that in a minute. Well, we have unfinished business.
I feel our business is slightly different, unless you're concerned about what my plans are. I mean, I was actually going to come to you anyways and offer this. There's so much out there. So much that can be taken hold of. So much that I want to do. I was figuring maybe this group seems to be on its last legs. Maybe we could, I don't know, try something. See if maybe we can get some powerful items. See if maybe I can actually do what I want to do in the end.
No, as long as what you think you want, as long as whatever you think you want to do isn't going to hurt anybody.
You know, I think at one point it was a lot of anger. But no, I don't think so anymore. I think I just want to go rest. Once I've earned it.
It's probably a good idea. I don't think I've ever seen anyone come back from what you have like you did.
Well, I mean, there was apparently another, and he's in another room. But
No, he's talking about something specific to you.
oh, you mean my deal? What was?
Your hand and eye feel funny.
Oh, are they still? I'm guessing they're back to normal.
They are.
That's actually fantastic. Um, Zarvir's just gonna like look at his hand for a second, and so what happened to them? Any ideas?
Uh, based on the, quite frankly, celestial message I got, I have a pretty good idea.
What, put in somewhere in less dangerous hands, I suppose.
Well, something like that. It's a little bit. It was more, a little bit more of your friend Luka wanted all of you to live the lives you were supposed to be living in the first place.
You know what? I appreciate
And
that. That thing was very powerful and very.
yeah, powerful though that thing, the owner of that thing is. Uh, he's attempted godhood. He hasn't succeeded. Some things
The
are more
owner,
powerful than him.
the owner of those things, that the hand and the eye.
Yeah, he's attempted to become a god in a couple different planes of existence. Or I guess a couple different alternate realities from the little bit I know about time and space magic. Um, in ours, he has not succeeded. Therefore, potent though his artifacts are, there are powers that can at least inhibit them from taking you over.
Like I said, that thing's powerful, but I would rather it away from me than attached. But maybe maybe we can succeed where it failed. I'm sure whatever that thing is more evil than I've ever seen anything to be. I could
Well,
feel how evil it was, but it wants to be a god. Maybe we can do something better.
well, uh, shall we go be archaeologists again?
Um,
Cave spelunkers, tomb robbers, I guess, technically.
I hope not to anyone's dismay or the harm of anyone, but if we can find something strong enough, imagine what we could do, the worlds we could make. Imagine the peace, the safety we could bring. That's what I've been trying to do. No one sees that for some reason. It's I just want a world without death, without pain. I think I can do that with enough power. So
Probably, but I don't think you should.
why's that?
How do you how do you know when you're happy?
get the point you're making.
If you don't have anything to compare it to, everything's just blah. I think we can both agree with our rather handsome, devilish natures. Blah is one thing we do not want to be.
Still,
Things like death and pain, while sad in their times, serve a purpose when at the correct time. What we should absolutely continue doing, much like you and your current group have been doing, and like Simon and I tried to do for in the background, is do what we can to avoid untimely death and pain. People shouldn't, young people who have their whole lives ahead of them should not be dying because some power-hungry asshole thinks it's a good idea to stroll through town with an army and slaughter people. Things like that.
yeah. Either way, this is what I love about this. If we can get something, we can take some kind of power to make our own world, then you can point out my flaws. We can make, you and I believe that we can make something so much better. This world is a beauty, but my God, does it have its flaws. And that's, I think, with your help, I don't see why not.
I think we can meet each other in the middle on a balanced version of that, yes. Shall we get to work?
Well, why not?
Shissan,
Yes.
I forget, did you send me really any backstory for Shissan at all?
No, not really. I'm just a ranger looking for adventure and the thrill of the hunt kind of stuff. That was basically very basic.
So, you awaken the following morning after getting home. Or your current home, anyway. And there's a letter on your pillow.
And of course, my character would open it up and start reading it.
It simply says, if you want real adventure, come back home with me.
Oh,
Meet me, and there's like a forest or something listed. Doesn't really matter. It's an epilogue. There's a location listed.
perfect. I would have a little smirk on my face, my character. I would grab my backpack, my belongings, tuck it into the back, and then start heading there.
Cool. So as you are all getting ready to leave on your new adventures, those of you that have people with you, you see them all kind of take a step back as you're all converging onto each other as you're getting ready to leave. You've all bumped into each other in the lobby of the inn, essentially.
All right. I would look. Well, I can start with my character. I would look at all of you, have a smirk, and say, "Guys, I must admit, you guys weren't all that bad. When I first met you, I thought it'd be a big mistake, but I actually like you guys. Thank you. Thank you for not killing me."
Well, that is a low bar, but I appreciate the appreciation.
Low bar.
Not killing you.
Yeah, I like you because you didn't turn me into stew.
Yeah, exactly.
Delicious.
Which would be extra weird in an of D&D world, because even though you look rabbit-like, you are a person.
Would
No
you taste
rabbit
like
stew
rabbit?
here.
You have rabbit-like features. You are not, in fact, a rabbit.
Good.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would look at you guys, give you a nice smile, nod my head, and say it's been fun.
Do you think that
I
would
do
still
hope
count?
we get to
Oh, sorry.
what counts.
I thought I was
Oh, I
going to
just
say.
say I hope we all.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I hope you all get to meet again. Have a beer or two, some ale, and then I would start walking. Well, I'm waiting for their response, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to ask if you think it would count as cannibalism.
What is?
But I took the leap from killing you to also eating you.
Oh,
Not that we would do that. Totally not cool.
well, I was joking about you, Charlene. When we were going to have a feast, it was just a joke.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Totally forgot.
Yeah, you just had too much fur for my likings, anyways.
People were so mean to me. I'm glad Steve's not here. No, I'm definitely kidding about that. We can bring him back, right? Yeah, we probably should talk about that, huh?
Steve's alive.
Oh, okay, he's good then.
Nice.
Never mind.
Steve ran.
He got
He was
away.
scared.
My
I hear
pet
Steve's not much for goodbyes, so unfortunately.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
pet helps with the
He
escapes.
missed all of you leaving because he's still asleep.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Robo all over again.
He didn't find some unfortunate miasma to die in.
No.
Darn. Maybe next time. That's how he wanted to go.
So, is there any specific things any of you guys want to say to each other before you leave? Because even with the boss battle going better than I expected, we've now actually gone 25 minutes overtime, which I'm not in no rush, but I want to know some of you guys need to sleep. So, is there anything else specifically you guys want to say to each other before you part ways?
Yeah.
You all were odd comrades, I would admit. Some of you
Woohoo!
could have had a bit more going on between your ears.
Oh,
But-
what do you mean by that?
But
Mhm.
I am partially, at least, indebted to everyone here for how they've helped.
No problem, Your Majesty.
Future king.
You know, similar feelings, like he said. I almost died, like, at least twice, so I can't say this has been fun.
Only your second time?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Point is, a lot of us nearly died and did die. So this hasn't been, like, an absolutely wonderful experience.
It was
But
an
I guess we did
experience.
something good. Yeah, we did something good, I suppose, and
Yeah.
I guess that's worth it. So
I agree.
I guess it gave me an appreciation coming back to life.
there you go. I guess you
changes a
learned
person.
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess thank you all for not murdering me.
Oh,
That
no
was
Yeah.
that was really nice.
It was a
Glad
good
that didn't
move.
happen.
Yeah, pretty cool
Yeah,
of
see,
us.
it worked out for everyone.
Yeah.
An
Everybody-
I can't
interesting.
say I will wish to see you all again. I can't say that. But
One more roll for the road. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Sound based if it matters.
last roll. I want to see.
Oh, I typed
get a-
roll. Check.
9.
Check.
Jesus.
There we
Nat
go.
one on my last roll, please.
My perception
Damn.
of rolling per
20.
perception sucks.
Oh, wait, I did a check. I have to roll. Never mind.
Yeah, well, that's a
You can-
perception check.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I did it right? All right, never mind.
Yeah, you good.
Zarvir and Charlene,
Woohoo.
and you can hear you guys look over because you hear it and see that basically the three of you that had company. They've now all huddled together while they were waiting for you guys to say your goodbyes, and have now started just in a whisper a hug it out chant.
Oh gosh. This is very on the spot. Who wants a hug? It's a good day for hugging.
I'd rather not while you still reek of lust, but
Oh dang, you can tell that? I need to take
This
3
is-
showers.
You just hear the bartender be like, for earlier, like front desk person be like, we can all tell that.
Yeah, your fur kind of catches the aroma. It's intoxicating, honestly.
It's pretty sweet.
I don't think that's the word you want to use, but
Maybe not.
We're
I
getting
guess.
all drunk off of love.
But yeah, you guys finish your thing. Let's head off in your directions. Shissan, you eventually find the spot you were told, approximate spot you were told to go to.
Ah, nice.
Give me a second. Mm. You actually find 2 people waiting for you.
Ambush.
And I hope not.
No. They're not super familiar faces to you, but you know who they are.
Oh, that is so cool.
Mummies.
Yes, that's so cool.
And they're standing next
Aw.
to a portal.
Interesting.
Like,
Oh.
hop in. We're going to go see your hometown.
All right. I think
Cool.
I would cautiously look at them, and then I would look at the portal, and then I would say, well, again, fasten my backpack, a little smirk, and I would go in with them.
Yeah, they do. And once you seem like you're willing to go, they do go in ahead of you. So it's not like they've like left you there. You end up back in the Feywild where you came from.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And you
Interesting
get-
seeing them. That's so cool, Paul.
And as the portal closes, the old Looney Tunes black drop, and we're done.
Beep. I wanted to talk to Reynauld. It seems like he could use maybe some help. Maybe
what?
go with them. Yeah, it looks like you guys could use some help. Maybe I go with you.
I feel this feels like a family matter.
This is a family matter.
Yeah, I better
What?
say.
No, I meant the fight. Like you
Yeah,
could use some help,
I
right?
still think it's a
It's a
family
family
matter.
matter.
Oh, you don't.
Uh-oh,
You would want help
denied.
against all the courtiers.
So that is
Just
true. He did
family.
say that he expected a large number of the court and subsequently probably the soldiers are
I mean, you
on her
need.
side.
Yeah, you need backup, like supporters, right? I didn't mean like. I
True.
didn't mean like I wanted to be part of the, like ruling or anything like that.
Even that would be something tough, but we also don't have the time to deal with that. I don't think.
For the purposes of this, if you accept the help, you cool. That means I can fill Luka in on her own
Yeah.
post
The offer is there.
I mean, it would be nice to have a wildfire druid and a dwarf barbarian.
Charge.
True.
It's not like we can deal with sister, but there's gonna be a pretty heavy resistance. She's brainwashed a lot of people.
Yeah. I
We
assume
could use the help.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like this is a preparation for a one-shot. You need a group of adventurers to come help you.
That's what I was thinking.
There you go.
That's actually a really good idea.
Actually, that would be a fun one shot someday.
Right?
Yeah. Go raid a castle. There you
I
go.
can feel Paul regret either smiling with
I'm
glee
already
or
laying out
regretting
the story
everything.
for you all.
If
I'm
and
doing
then yeah,
There's
I'm
the
doing
idea.
either. It didn't. The thought wasn't one way or the other in my head, but now that it's been put there, I'm not offended by it.
and I was thinking,
I'm more so just giggling, trying to figure out when this group of fucking chuckleheads will actually all show up to the same event.
yeah, and I was thinking if there was someone that wanted to play a dwarf barbarian, there's the real Charlene.
Oh yeah.
There's always an option.
Who would want to be a dwarf barbarian though?
Me.
Anyone who knows how to have fun.
Gosh,
Yeah.
that's a
Dwarf
perfect
barbarians
mix.
are my
Stabbing at someone's toes while enraged.
With barbarians, if I want to make a character that's fun, yeah, you do the fucking dwarf. If you want to be badass, you choose like a tall character. Or more often than not,
That's
you
no
choose
fun.
a dwarf.
female bearded dwarf barbarian with a traditional, well, in my case, it's more of a traditional bad attempt at a mix between Scottish and Irish, but a traditional European accent,
Mhm.
That's
preferably one that's drunk and curses all the time.
That sounds awesome.
Don't make fun of me fucking beard just because I got tits.
cool.
Yes, I would love her. I do love Charlene. Charlene loves her.
By the way, yeah, that's what I noticed. Mina's characters are always lady lovers for some reason.
They're pretty.
Is
I
that
like the
what it
pretty
is?
girls.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I can tell you this is by dwarf standards a fairly feminine dwarf. She does not have a beard.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
By the way, are gnomes a playable race in D&D or
Yes.
no?
Yes,
Are they-
absolutely.
Ooh, I
They're-
want to be a barbarian gnome.
Yeah.
Depending what, I was kind of a temporary gnome barbarian at my
Nice.
server at one point. I picked up a magic weapon that had a
Mhm.
curse on it. It didn't change my race, but it shrunk my guy from Goliath size to gnome size. So for a little while, I was running
Nice.
around. I was running around as a gnome, running around calling myself a gnome Liath.
Nice.
But like, how do gnomes hold like these weapons though? Are they like made for them?
I
Well,
think
yeah.
it's maybe
There's-
made for
Oh, I was gonna
Well,
say.
the idea is you would buy a weapon sized for a gnome. That's
Oh.
also
I
why.
had
That's also why, by standard rules, you don't really use heavy weapons when you're a small race.
Oh, so there is restrictions.
I had a pixie wielding a greatsword once.
How's that possible? Isn't pixies like a
remember that.
little?
It's
You
a world
can-
of magic.
Strength.
I've made a pixie class, which I think in or 2 turns you can go from small to gargantuan size.
Nice.
That was
also,
that was a fun build.
if, I'm pretty sure if it's what I remember, who and what I remember, it was also
It is.
being run by Do, who basically uses no actual rules.
Oh.
Yeah.
House rules.
Well, to be
For
fair,
unique
actually,
results.
I first used that character in one of your one shots.
Yeah, and if I'd realized that she was a fairy, you wouldn't have been using a greatsword.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I do.
Because
I
that
do
has
think-
nothing to do with your strength score. That has to do with the fact that great
Because you're
swords are
small.
a
The sword is
two-handed
bigger than you.
like, weapon. It has to do with the mechanical rules of it. However, there is nothing stopping you from going down one size
My
and
Wi-Fi might die.
there's nothing stopping you from going down one size to a two-handing a longsword, which would be the equivalent to a great sword for someone your size. You just wouldn't be. You would be getting versatile longsword damage, not greatsword damage.
Oh, yeah, that comes up with
Mm.
mounts too, because I was doing Pathfinder as the cavalier type that rides. Something.
Pathfinder's fucking ludicrous. I can't make sense of Pathfinder.
It's a lot of fun
That's
though. They
something
got
I
some fun
really
stuff.
shouldn't
Read it
say.
before.
So, like, I love the people who to play other game systems like that are like, yeah, I don't like the action, bonus action, reaction like system from D&D. I'm like, so instead you want to play Pathfinder or like 3.5 D&D where you have 42 different things called actions? You have like 6 different AC numbers. I'm like, fuck you. I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, it takes a bit to get used to.
I do own a bunch of digital Pathfinder books because I bought them during COVID when Humble Bundle had them. I'm like, fuck it, it's $60 and I have the money. Why not?
Right?
I haven't read any of them, but
Yeah, there's some classes that are really cool.
yeah, Luka, you have basically become, instead of being Zen's charge, you have now become his student.
Eviper18 is now following.
When you sacrificed yourself, you basically attained junior angel status. And all junior angel status technically means is it's more of a flavor thing. I'm implying that you are a newer angel than him, but you're essentially on your way to the same tier of power as him.
Baby angel.
Also, this is essentially, except that you hugged the enemy, this is essentially, if I can find the gif of it.
Oh, there's a kitty outside.
Meow meow. Aw.
There's a kitty waving to get into my garage. Oh, garage kitty.
Kitty cat.
Man, these fuckers have like every gif for what I'm looking for, the character I'm looking for, except the one I'm looking for. There's even a Dokkan battle one in here, for God's sake.
Dokkan.
I think I'm gonna tune out for the night.
Good night, underpaid.
Night night.
Good night.
And thanks for the campaign, Paul.
Yeah.
You're
thanks,
very
dude.
welcome. There it is. So you
Thanks.
basically did this
Appreciate you.
to kill his mythic form, or her mythic form. Except you walked up and I didn't make a roll for it. It just succeeded because that was the whole point. You just walked up and bear hugged her basically and did that.
Explode. Oh, I have a question from someone in chat. If this is Caturday night, shouldn't all the party be Leonin? Well, I'd have to convince everyone to play cat people.
No, not gonna happen.
But I mean, you played a Leonin last time, right? Shissan? Or you were raised by Leonin?
No.
That's right.
Yeah,
As I'm
but
looking
you're
at
not
your,
even Leo, and
as
right?
I'm
You're
looking
a
at
different
your
feline.
thing.
She's a tabaxi.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
same idea.
I mean,
enough.
completely different races, but
Oh, I wouldn't
Still
mind playing
Caturday.
them.
Still
That'd be kind of
Caturday.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the chance of everyone playing the same race is extremely unlikely.
Yeah, maybe for a one shot.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be that unlikely. If I was your DM, I could just say, "Hey, you're all play it. I want you to all play this because it
Oh,
makes
that's true.
sense."
Yeah. I mean, we did that for like the dwarf thing. Like, at least we were encouraged to be dwarfs.
Now, I typically don't bother doing that, but it would not be hard for me to go, you're going to be in a place that is 99% dwarf. You should probably be dwarves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that.
Now, if I was going to do that, typically in my case, I would only do it for a one shot because longer campaigns, I like people to have more freedom to flesh out their characters. But not that I don't give freedom to flesh them out in one shots. It's just you're not going to get to as much of whatever you write about them.
Question, Paul: are you ever going to have a one shot or a mini campaign on the Space Jam stuff?
On Spelljammer? Yeah, probably.
Spelljammer. That'd be kind of
Oh
cool.
yeah, Space Jam. That'd be fun too.
I should probably make sure I buy the book first, but
Oh, nice.
That'd be kind of cool to do the space stuff. Which in official lore, those character races are not allowed to be in the Forgotten Realms, right?
No.
Oh, they are allowed to be there?
Official Official lore just says they aren't currently there. Whoever DMs it can put whatever the fuck they want in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Homebrew. You just it's like
Also,
you're making your own book.
technically, it would absolutely be possible for them to appear in the Forgotten Realms because Spelljammer happens in space above the world.
Hell yeah. I had a lot of fun.
I certainly hope so. I still tried to gradually bring us back for the last session or two after the really crazy stuff to some semblance of a story.
Yeah. I'm glad at least some of us showed up.
Actually,
Steve was tired.
everybody,
Yeah.
pretty much everybody I expected to show up showed up, plus partially Luka.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
sucks to
everyone that
work, right?
could, except for work stuff, yeah.
And the funny part is, everything actually lined up quite nicely for what Luka wanted to do for the end. She wanted to sacrifice herself to help you guys win as like her epilogue.
That was very cool.
And I had already built the original stat block to have the mythic form in it. Obviously, assuming you guys were going to be a lot higher level and stuff when you fought it. But then you actually, I kept her how much damage she did, and you were at a lower level, a lot less hit points. So you guys did bounce up and down hit point wise a bit, but you actually kicked shit out of her pretty efficiently. So I was like, okay.
Yes.
So what I'll do then is he drops her. And originally, knowing how many hit points the first form had, and we were, even with the extra magic items I gave you before, we were, and with Reynauld having, this juiced up on roids, basically, I knew it was still going to be a tough fight. Which it was, because I dropped a bunch of you multiple times.
Healing overtime.
So I was like, well, I just won't, with the original plan for you guys to all be here to end it or whatever, I was like, I'll just won't do the mythic form because that'll still be a long enough fight. You're welcome. But once I realized Luka wanted to have that be her epilogue, because she wasn't going to be here for the physical fight, I'm like, I will have her do the mythic transformation, and that's when she'll run in and do her sacrificial thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome.
she'll get to show off the transformation, but then she gets to do the thing that saves the day that she wanted to do.
That's kind of cool. I like that. Which fits her character, right?
Oh, absolutely. Also, her mythic, they were only for legendary actions, so she could only do them a limited number of times per round. Well, but it's per turn. Her mythic legendary actions are nasty. I forgot what I actually gave her. Now that she has a tail, she gets constrict.
Oh shit.
Which does 3d12 plus 7 bludgeoning damage, and the target's grappled.
Oh, so that means the target can't move. The target is a disadvantage. That's bad.
Yeah. You got
well, no. If it was
scary.
the grapple means it can't move. However, this specific grapple falls under the restrained condition, which then makes everything disadvantage. She also has a breath weapon that recharges on a 5 to 6. She exhales venom in a 50-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a DC 20 con save, taking 4d12 poison damage on a failed save or half as much on a success. And she gains, in the abomination form, which is what the mythic form was, she gets innate spell casting. Spell save DC is 20 or plus 12 with spell attacks. Although I didn't actually give her any spell attacks. Oh no, I did give her one. Where? She can innately cast at will the poison spray cantrip and detect thoughts. 3 times per day for each of these 3 spells. She can cast Suggestion, Hold Person, or Hold Monster.
Hmm.
And once per day each, she can cast Dominate Person, which is the one that you actually make them your slave, basically. And Mass Suggestion. So if she started getting in bad shape with her mythic, she can make all of you make a save that if, say, just the worst case, all of you failed, she could literally make a Mass Suggestion and just be like, leave.
Oh shoot, that'd be.
And then you would
nasty.
spend 8 hours leaving and getting as far away from her as possible. And by the time you came back 8 hours later, she'd have had a long rest.
Dang.
Nasty, nasty.
It's pretty messed up.
Now, the other thing is, I don't remember if that's specifically a mythic thing or if I just tweaked it because I did type it out by hand. Like in a, not in the Beyond Homebrew section, but in like a website that recreates a page of the 5e book, so it has that look to it. But at least the mythic that I went with, and whether like I said, I can't remember if that's the basic thing or if I typed it by myself. She only gained half of her hit points back when she got back up, so she was still easier to kill. She just got resurrected partway and had new abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, she was definitely very scary looking. It was like a whole thing.
But yeah, I thought about her using the sword, and I'm like, well, I'm basing it off the original stat block, which doesn't have the sword listed because the sword was a plot item. And they're not gonna. They've already beat like the lesser giants or whatever that she was controlling. So I've already shown off what the sword was for. Fuck it, I'm gonna give her a real weapons back because it makes for a better fight. Had we felt like people were going to be able to consistently make the sessions and we continued the story more slowly, I would have had her keep the sword as more active when you saw her, because it'd be more of her sending lesser giants after you a bunch of times, and as you leveled up she'd send stronger and stronger ones after you.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Until eventually you were fighting like cloud giants, which I believe are the strongest ones, or storm giants, whatever the two. I think it's cloud giants. They're the ones that if you get a potion, you need a piece of one of their toenails or something like that to make one. If you make a potion of cloud giant strength, you have a strength score of 29 when you drink it.
Oh.
And if you probably, I guess you'd have to find either a really powerful enchanter or basically skin them, because belts are leather. But if you killed a cloud giant and made a belt out of his parts, that would permanently give you a plus 29 once you attune to it.
Ooh, nice.
Interesting. On that note, guys, I'm asleep. I'm tired.
I need to get some sleep, go have a smoke, and go to bed.
Yeah,
All right,
get some
guys. Thank
rest.
you again, Paul. It was
Especially
great.
since I realized we never took a break this section.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We were just having too much fun.
All right, guys.
Too much fun
Good night.
died.
See you later.
All right.
Bye.